Hi, welcome to the dish room. Let's get ready to wash some dishes. First thing you want to get familiar with, the dish room is located outside of the dining room, through the no man's land, in between kitchen 208 and 210. As you enter the no man's land, please just remember to use the right double-sided doors as your indoor and the left side as your outdoor. That means no matter which space you're going into, 210, 208, or the dish room, you're always going in through the double-sided doors. So let's take a look at our room here. You'll notice from left to right, we have everything from china to hand washing to recycling, a big stainless steel monster. There's a lot of stuff in here, so you'll need to take some time to get to know what is what. So our dish machine has a dirty side and a clean side. Here we're facing into the dirty side where a server might land all the equipment they're going to turn in. The dish machine cleans flatware, it cleans china, and it cleans glassware. Sometimes pots and pans end up on the dish machine. I'd like those to be brought right back to the kitchen they came from. Flatware is stored or organized on an island to the left of this stainless steel counter. China is really the only thing you should see on the flat shelf entering the dirty area. Glassware is organized in racks on this upper shelf. Again, here's the dirty zone, here's the clean zone. Here's a side view, dirty zone, clean zone. Often you're assigned the dish room with another partner, and it's really important that the two of you work separately in regards to dirty and clean. You really don't want to transfer the bacteria from a dirty dish to a recently clean dish. To the left of the clean zone, we have a plate rack, and the very simplest form of organization you see here is we try to put the light stuff up high, working down to the heaviest stuff on the bottom. That's going to make it safer for everybody working. To the left of that, you'll find a chemical filling station, and that filling station will fill mop buckets with the green chemical called wash and walk. It will fill spray bottles with the all-purpose chemical, which is yellow, and then the glass washer, which is blue. To the left of that's a nice hand washing station. We typically keep our recycling bucket to the left of that. Notice we don't put a garbage bag in a recycling bucket. There's really no reason to. To the left of all that, you'll find a dolly for some soup cups and coffee cups, and then our dish dollies themselves. Each dish dolly section has a little marker to tell you what belongs in each zone. Try to keep them organized. Please be careful that sometimes the soup bowls and the salad plates can get a little confusing. So do your best in there. To run our dish machine, you've got to do some simple things to set it up. Following the step-by-step here, the first thing we do is we place the drain plug inside the wash basin. Then, the second item, we place the perforated shelf. And third, we put in the deep sort of food basket that catches any food waste that goes into the dish machine. Number 4, we have this wire frame which allows dish racks to slide in and out of the machine. It's got a very particular way to go in. There's a loop which needs to be onto the back of the machine. Try and follow the photos. And once that's done, we're going to turn our machine on by hitting the on button, let it fill, and of course come to temperature. Notice in the little screen that highlights where you would turn the machine on, you want to be on cycle 1. Anything else in cycle 1 and the cycles are going to be very long. Last but not least, please turn on the power switch by hitting up for the water temperature booster. That'll be very helpful. There are 3 chemicals you'll see immediately adjacent to the dish machine. The pre-soak Ecolab chemical, it's noted by blue color and the blue trace on the bottom of the bin. It comes in an oval shape. Then there's a white solid, which comes in sort of an octagon type shape, and this is our wash soap. And then there is a hexagon shape that is green, and that is for our rinse chemical in the dish machine. Again, you can find the on-off button on the lower half of the dish machine, and again, be sure you're on cycle 1. Underneath the spray sink area, you can find some scrub brushes, rubber gloves, scrubbies, some degreaser. Please keep in mind the dish machine is a two-process or two-step cycle. It'll run in a louder form for about 60 seconds while it's washing at 150 degrees, and then it'll switch to the rinsing cycle, which sounds like a tropical rainforest, and that'll be at 180 degrees. And that's the best way to kill bacteria from a temperature perspective. So I mentioned the island earlier before. This is a two-zone location where servers can break down their trays when they come in with dirtiest supplies. So at the back of the island, you can see a large gray garbage can that would need, of course, a bag. We have the green container for compost, a clear dump container for liquid, a red container for sanitizing solution so we can wipe our trays, and then we have our 6-pack pre-soaked flatware zone. This is only for, of course, the dining room's flatware. Whenever you're setting up a garbage can, be sure it's clean inside. Take a moment to spray it with all-purpose if necessary, then wipe it out, and then finally reset it with a clean garbage bag. The flatware 6-pack, we should always try to organize our silverware separately so each container can put its own type of flatware in there. And then we can just lift the whole rack and run it through the machine on a flat rack. That saves us a little bit of organizing in the long run. I highlighted before the red container is a standard throughout the whole culinary college that it would have only sanitizing solution in it. You can get that sanitizing solution from the third sink of any pot sink in the kitchens. It's the right-hand sink. There's a dispenser there. The green bucket is our compost bucket, which should be set up with a rubber spatula so it's easy to scrape and put the items in there that belong. It should not have an excessive amount of oil or fat. It should be basically organic material and very, very small bones. Some other equipment you'll find in the dish room are flat racks. These are great for volume type containers, teapots, soup cups, coffee cups, as well as the silverware or flatware 6-pack. Peg racks are awesome for doing plates and thin items. Could be cutting boards, small plates, or large plates. When the flatware is done, you simply hold the white cylinder and dump each type of flatware into its own trough within the flatware organizer. Then ask a dining room student to return it to the dining room. We have a fabulous mop bucket for any accidents on the floor. Again, that's filled with wash and walk. Whenever I'm done with the mop bucket, I like to get all the water out of the bottom of it, squeeze the mop as dry as I can, and then hang the mop over the rim of the squeezer so any moisture would drip inside the bucket, not on the floor. Every production area has numerous amount of hand sinks. Using a hand sink is probably the best way to minimize transfer of bacteria or creation of foodborne illness. So every time we work in an area that has a hand sink, please make sure the soap, the paper, and the water all work so we can be sanitary. A little further along the way, you'll see glass dollies with assorted types of glass racks. It's very helpful to keep this organized. I prefer the water glasses to be in the blue rack with the white center, wine glasses inside the solid blue racks, and then there are 2 racks that are a bit smaller and accommodate all our highball glasses. As you exit the dish room into the no man's land, you'll see our chemical storage underneath the stainless steel table. It's very important that we handle chemicals safely. You can see the solid items in the center of the photograph representing what go into the dish machine. To the right of that is some of the soap for the hand sink. Then we have a sterno chemical for heating our chafing dishes. On the far left are the refills for the filling station found in the dish room. Again, use the right door to get out of the dish room. It'll keep the flow moving and make it safer for everyone. With this little bit of information, I hope the 10 minutes hasn't seemed too long, but hopefully you'll feel a little bit more confident about working in the dish room. And whenever you're done cleaning an area, try to leave it better than you found it. Thanks again and have a great day.